And now Vader blocking. And now Vader with a punch. Vader. Oh my God. And Savage almost falling off of that ladder. And Vader Savage blocking a punch of his own there. And now Savage with a headbutt. Oh my goodness. And Vader's down. And Savage strikes it down. And there it is. Savage has won! Savage is the world champion!
After a year-long journey back to WCC, Randy Savage has achieved his goal. He defeated Big Van Vader to become WCC World Heavyweight Champion. It was an historic moment in WCC, but the time for celebrating is over, as we see who Randy Savage's first challenger will be. Plus, Bret Hart will get a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship against his longtime rival, Mr. Perfect. A title the Hitman says was stolen from him, as Mr. Perfect resorted to underhanded tactics to win the belt. Also, the Dragon has ended the longest title reign in WCC history when he defeated Lex Luger at Animated Chaos. Who is next in line for an Internet Championship opportunity? All this is happening now at WCC Summer Superstars. Hello everybody and welcome to the biggest event of the summer. This is Summer Superstars. We have some huge changes that are going to be made here tonight. Because WCC is about to enter its 4th year as a wrestling federation, and we need to keep raising the bar as one of the premier stop-motion wrestling programs today. Ladies and gentlemen, WCC will be enacting its very own tag team division. That's right, folks, and a new champion will be decided here tonight in WCC's very first tag team title match. But that's later on in the show. Right now, it is my greatest pleasure to introduce to you a man who has been out of action for almost a year, but dramatically returned to become our World Heavyweight Champion. It is my greatest honor to introduce the new WCC World Champion, the Macho Man, Randy Savage! Randy Savage, now that you're a world champion, and being a fresh champion, everybody on the WCC roster wants a piece of you. Do you have a problem with that?
I got a problem with that. I got a big problem with that. But let me give you a wake-up call. I'm gonna prove to the entire world that the Macho Man Randy Savage is better than the best. Ooh, yeah! I'm the world champion right now. And about the future is gonna be nothing different. You know why? I'm the Macho Man Randy Savage. And I'm the world champion. And you're not.
And there it is, some words from our world champion, and oh my goodness, it can't be who I think it is! It's the Nature Boy, Ric Flair! What the hell is Ric Flair doing here? We haven't seen Ric Flair since Snowed In after he lost the title to Mr. Perfect. This is unbelievable. Ric Flair is back in WCC styling and profiling. But what does he want with the world champion Randy Savage? Surely Ric Flair hasn't earned an opportunity to go face to face with Randy Savage after all he's been through. We'll have to wait and see what he has to say. Looks like he's looking at the commissioner. I think he wants the mic. Yes, he does. He wants to have a talk with our world champion.
Right now, tonight, I'm in your very own backyard. I've traveled the world over, calling your name right now. Listen up, because big man, you can run, but you can't hide. Because everywhere you go from this moment forth, they're going to say to you, when are you going to wrestle Flair? When are you going to hulk up and I'm waiting, and I'm becoming very impatient. I'm the greatest wrestler alive today. The real world heavyweight wrestling champion. You don't like that? Do something about it.
And those are strong words by Ric Flair as Randy Savage stepping back, trying to gain some distance between Ric Flair. And now, wait a minute, Randy Savage looking at something on the ramp. Randy Savage looking at somebody on the ramp. Who's over there? And Randy Savage, look, oh my goodness, look at this! It's the Four Horsemen! Arn Anderson, Barry Windham, Tully Blanchard, the Four Horsemen. Oh my God, wait a minute! Wait a minute, the commissioner just clotheslined Randy Savage over the top rope. What the hell did you do that for, Commissioner? And now Randy Savage is outside with the Four Horsemen. This is unbelievable. The Commissioner turned his back on WCC. He's aligned himself with the Four Horsemen. Ric Flair did not come alone. He sure didn't, Blues, and the Commissioner's siding with these men. Tully Blanchard and Barry Windham stepping for the first time in a WCC ring. And they are taking it to our world champion after everything Randy Savage has been through. And now Anderson, oh man. Big double-A spine buster to our world champion. Randy Savage has to defend the belt tonight. Randy Savage has to defend the world title tonight. Is he going to be in condition? And now both men are getting a table. Barry Windham and Tully Blanchard getting a table here. And Arn Anderson passing Randy Savage off to Barry Windham. It can't be what I think it is. Barry Windham looks like he's going for a superplex through the table. And that would surely ruin Randy Savage. Randy Savage has to defend the belt tonight. It's in his contract. And this is a miscarriage of justice, I must say. This is absolutely insane as Barry Windham has Savage up. Oh my God. Through the table. Through the table goes Randy Savage, and Ric Flair now puts on the figure four of the Macho Man Randy Savage, doing more damage to our world champion. This is a miscarriage of justice, and I can't believe the Commissioner would stoop this low. Unbelievable. I'm sorry it had to come to this, Savage. You were truly a good champion, but the Nature Boy gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. The Four Horsemen are the future of World Championship Claymations, and you're not. And don't think this is the end of your encounters with Ric Flair, because in the main event of Summer Superstars, you will be facing Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight Championship. As for the rest of you, Barry Windham, you get an internet title match against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And as for you, Arn and Tully, the Brainbusters will reunite as you will be in the very first tag team title match to crown our very first WCC tag team champions. So all of you, get out of my ring. We have an internet championship match to get underway. And ladies and gentlemen, I have to apologize for that, as neither of us expected that as any kind of outcome, but I guess that means Ric Flair is vying for the world title on his first night back. It's a disgrace that the Commissioner is siding with Ric Flair, and I have to wonder how Randy Savage will fare after that beating. Well, guys, it seems like the Internet Championship is starting to get underway. Let's go back down to the ring. And there is the challenger, Barry Windham, who we just found out a few minutes ago was challenging the Dragon for the Internet Championship. And that is the music of our current Internet Champion. He is the only wrestler in WCC to win all 4 championships. The Internet title, the television title, the Intercontinental title, the World title. He is also winning the Royal Rumble. He's pretty much won everything that we've thrown at him. It's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, our WCC Internet Champion. In his stellar submission match against Lex Luger, he ended the longest title reign in WCC history. And here we go. The Internet title match is underway as Barry Windham, for the first time, is in a WCC match. And Barry Windham getting Steamboat into the corner. And we get a clean break out of him. Oh, no, we don't. A big right hand. Oh, and another one by Barry Windham. And now, to the far side, Steamboat goes, and there's an elbow, knocking the big man down. And Barry Windham starting off slugging with his rights and his lefts. Seems like that's the best way to ground Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And now Dragon goes to the far side. There's a reversal and an arm drag takedown by the Dragon. And a big drop kick sends Barry Windham over the top rope. And that is a good move there by the Dragon to get back in this fight. And now into the turnbuckle by Ricky Steamboat, and Ricky Steamboat showing some fire with the knife edge, chopping again, sending Barry Windham reeling. And Ricky Steamboat coming out strong after an early onslaught by Barry Windham, throwing him back in the ring. And Ricky Steamboat has to stay on Barry Windham. He needs to use his speed to take down the wrestling capability of Barry Windham. And there's a shoulder tackle by Ricky Steamboat. Over the top he goes. And now Barry Windham. Oh no! Huge tilt-a-whirl slam there by Barry Windham and the cover. 1. We get 2. And no. Steamboat kicks out. A very strong tilt-a-whirl slam there by Barry Windham. And Steamboat's got to be in trouble after that. Barry Windham just planted our internet champion. And Barry Windham now has got the Dragon up. To the corner he goes. And now another big right hand. And now Barry Windham going to the second rope, it would seem. Yes, going to pound away at Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, our internet champion. And there's something interesting that I've noticed here, Greeny. Barry Windham is using his fists. Not a lot of wrestling expertise has been used thus far by Barry Windham. He's been slugging away at Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I wonder if this is a strategy on his part. A huge whip to the turnbuckle sends Ricky Steamboat slumped into the corner. And now he's going to send him for the ride again to the far side. He misses with a clothesline, and Steamboat with a Hurricanrana. No! Barry Windham holding on. Barry Windham holding on, and now, oh, what a move by Barry Windham. A Boston Crab applied to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And that's the wrestling expertise we know from Barry Windham, and that is a great, great move. Reversing the Hurricanrana into a Boston Crab, and it may be over right here. We may have a new internet champion. And Ricky Steamboat is in trouble here. Ricky Steamboat has to find a way to the ropes, but he's in the middle of the ring. The ropes are nowhere to be found for the Dragon as he's got to power his way out of this, it would seem. But look at how Barry Windham has sat down on that Boston Crab. But look at the Dragon fight back. Look at the Dragon fight back, pushing his way up, trying to relieve pressure off his back from the Boston Crab. And the Dragon manages to power his way out of the Boston Crab. Just throwing his legs forward, and Barry Windham had no choice but to let go. But a lot of damage to the back area of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Barry Windham looks like he may have this fight in the palm of his hands after that. That Boston Crab, I dread to think what that's done to Ricky Steamboat's wrestling ability. And now, looks like he's going to try and finish him off, Greeny. He's going to try and go for that superplex that he took Randy Savage out with earlier in the show. And if that happens, then this could be the end for the internet title run of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. As now Barry Windham's got him here. He's got him here. And now no, he can't get him up. He can't get him up in the Dragon now. Steamboat! Oh, a sunset flip powerbomb! What a move by the Dragon! He rolls him over for the cover. 1, 2, and 3. No! Barry Windham gets his foot on the rope. Barry Windham with his foot on the rope, barely saving his chances. And now, oh no, what's Ric Flair doing here? I have no idea, Greedy, but Ricky the Dragon Steamboat wants to find out himself. Oh, and there's a left hand. And now Barry Windham rolls him up. Foot on the ropes. Feet on the ropes. Oh no! And we've got a new internet champion. Off the distraction of Ric Flair, Barry Windham is our new internet champion. And now, Ric Flair dragging Barry Windham out. And look at the Dragon. He's got to be so disappointed as Barry Windham walks out the champion. And there we have it, folks. Barry Windham has taken the internet title from the Dragon. After such a big win at our last event, it's a shame to see Steamboat lose the title so soon. Well, after that, let's go down to Ready with the Brainbusters. And I'm being told through my earpiece that we're actually going to get the Commissioner, Blue, is with the Brainbusters. So let's go down to you, Ready. Thanks, Greeny, and that is indeed true. I am joined not only by the Brainbusters, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, but by Commissioner Blue. Now, Blue, why are you siding with these guys? I'll tell you why. These men are the future of WCC. I mean, look at Arn Anderson here. Former television champion, former internet champion. He's one of WCC's greatest wrestlers. And with the addition of Tully Blanchard, WCC's first tag team will also be its greatest. Who are they even fighting? Some nobodies?
Not quite, Blue. They're not fighting nobodies. In fact, one of them hasn't been in WCC for a very long time.
Well, I'll be damned. It's the Allied Powers. Trying to go for gold again, huh, Lex Luger? After losing the Internet Championship? A championship that my boy Barry Windham has? And Davey Boy Smith, how nice of you to come off the couch to come help your friend. This will be a piece of cake.
Well, there you have it, guys. The Brainbusters and the Allied Powers. WCC's very first tag team match. Let's see who comes out on top.
And here we go, Blues. This is it. WCC's very first tag team title match. And here's our very first tag team. Lex Luger and Davey Boy Smith, the Allied Powers. Davey Boy Smith, we haven't seen since the Royal Rumble back in 2012. He did quite well in that, but now he's helping his friend Lex Luger. It's great to have him back. Absolutely, as they're fighting for WCC right now. Lex Luger and Davey Boy Smith, the Allied Powers. And they're going to be facing quite a very prestigious tag team here. This is the Brainbusters, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. They're former WWF Tag Team champions. And they've got a lot of credits on their record. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, part of the Four Horsemen who have taken WCC by storm in this event. And here we go. WCC's very first tag team match. And Davey Boy Smith taking it right to Arn Anderson. Oh, man. Taking Arn Anderson to the corner there. Davey Boy Smith came to wrestle. He has not been in WCC for the longest time, and he is ready. And now, ready to lock up again. No, Anderson going to the eyes of Davey Boy Smith. And now to the far side, into the turnbuckle. And now, a big left hand, the southpaw of Arn Anderson digs in. And now Arn Anderson scooping him up. Big body slam there by Double A Arn Anderson. The enforcer now stepping to the midsection of Davey Boy Smith. Arn Anderson trying to get a lot of offense early in this fight. He's going right after Davey Boy. And Davey Boy Smith now, look at this! A full press slam to Arn Anderson. And that is powered by Davey Boy Smith, pressing him completely over his head. And now, oh man, what a hit that was. And now a clothesline finds the mark, and another one. Davey Boy Smith now tagging in Lex Luger. The powerhouse, the total package. Lex Luger is now in the arena. And Luger now picking up Arn Anderson for a huge drop kick. Huge backbreaker, excuse me. And now Luger lifting him up over his shoulder. Over his shoulder now, slams him into the turnbuckle. And now picks him back up. Look at the power here, the total package. Lifting him back up onto his shoulders. And now look at the power. Lifts him up into a vertical suplex. And Anderson now. Oh no. Inverted DDT there by Arn Anderson, stopping Lex Luger from delivering an amazing move. I can't believe that. Lifted him up into a vertical suplex from a standing position. Unbelievable. Now tagging in Tully Blanchard. Tully Blanchard now in the arena, trying to slow things down with a headlock. And this is exactly what he needs to do after such a big move by Arn Anderson. That inverted DDT, now this headlock trying to take some wind out of the total package. He started out very fast, and now the Brainbusters are trying to wear him down before they go for the pin. And I think that's the right move with a guy like Lex Luger as Tully Blanchard to the far side. There's a reversal. Shoulder tackle by Tully Blanchard. Blanchard now over the top. Lex Luger now presses him up over his head. Pressing him up over his head again now. The power of our total package. And Anderson, oh no! Oh man, a DDT. Arn Anderson stepping out of the ring, delivering a blow to the back of the leg there of Luger, and Tully Blanchard with a huge DDT. Now he burned his tag there. You're allowed, in WCC, you're allowed to come in one time to save your partner. They have burned that tag, and now they're no longer allowed to interfere. As Arn Anderson with the armbar, trying to slow down Lex Luger, trying to prevent him from doing those powerhouse moves that the total package has been using as of late. And I think that's the right move, though, breaking it up in the corner. Lex Luger has got Arn Anderson. And now, to the far side he goes. There's a reversal by Anderson. Anderson down, Luger over the top. And now Anderson. Oh, man! Big double A spine buster there by Arn Anderson. Now going for the cover here. 1, 2, this should be all. And no! Lex Luger just kicked out of the double A spine buster. Unbelievable. That's Anderson's best move. And Lex Luger kicked out of it like it was nothing. But Lex Luger desperately needs to make the tag here. Luger's been in that match for a very, very long time. He's got to get winded soon. And now to the turnbuckle. And Luger with a clothesline. Nicely done there by Lex Luger. And Luger desperately needs to make the tag here to Davey Boy Smith. He's been in this match for a long time, taking a huge beating by the Brainbusters. And now Anderson, you saw him roll to the wrong corner there. He's got a further distance to go than Lex Luger. As both men to their feet, Luger couldn't make the tag. And that is good in-ring awareness by Arn Anderson. Luger diving at Davey Boy Smith. Anderson able to catch Lex Luger and shove him into their corner. And Tully Blanchard now with a springboard suplex. Nicely done. A big move there by Tully Blanchard. Now he goes for the cover. 1, 2, this should be all. And no! Luger barely getting his right shoulder up. And that is unbelievable. 2 huge moves by the Brainbusters. We're not able to tip, and we're not able to put Lex Luger away. The springboard suplex by Tully Blanchard and the spine buster by Arn Anderson, none of which were able to put Lex Luger away. Unbelievable. It's now Tully Blanchard on the far side. There's a reverse by Luger. And Luger now pressing him up over his head again and power slamming him down to the mat. And that is great work there by Lex Luger. And now Luger again desperately needs to make this tag. As he rolls in, he's so close to Davey Boy Smith. He's got to make that tag. Davey Boy Smith is a fresh man. Luger, I don't know how much longer he can keep this up. The Brainbusters have been making frequent tags. Tag, both men in, Anderson in, Davey Boy Smith in. And now, Mrs. Wildly Anderson. There's an atomic drop by Davey Boy. And the British Bulldog now turning it on with the clothesline. And the British Bulldog with a cover. 1. We get 2. And no. Arn Anderson kicks out as Davey Boy Smith now is a house of fire. Coming in, he's a fresh man. He's a fresh man in this ring. And now, Arn Anderson's in major, major trouble here as Davey Boy Smith now has him to the turnbuckle, to the opposite end. And now, picking him up for the running power slam. And this could be over right here. And now, wait a minute. Tully Blanchard with a sunset flip. Wait a minute. 3. And the referee counted to 3. Wait a minute. That can't be. Actually, folks, I'm getting told we're going to have a replay showing. We're getting a replay showing right there. Tully Blanchard made the tag to Arn Anderson as Davey Boy Smith pushed him into the corner. So right now, Arn Anderson is not the legal man. Tully Blanchard is. As I mentioned previously, already burning their tag. Tully Blanchard, the legal man, was able to do a sunset flip to Davey Boy Smith. Arn Anderson caught in the crossfire, and they counted to 3. And folks, we have our very first tag team champions. It's the Brainbusters, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, as Ric Flair now comes to the ring. 3 of his Horseman brethren have gotten gold here in WCC already on their first night. And Tully Blanchard handing the tag team belt to Arn Anderson, as I gotta admit, that was some good strategy by the Brainbusters, and I hate to admit it, they earned it. And there we have it, folks. The Brainbusters are WCC's very first tag team champions. I mean, say what you want about them aligning themselves with the commissioner, they are profound wrestlers. They sure are, Blues. And speaking of profound wrestlers, Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect continue their in-ring battle for their 3rd encounter as they do battle for the Intercontinental Championship. This match, of course, being ordered after Mr. Perfect won the IC title from Bret Hart in a controversial fashion. If we can take a look at this again here, Bret Hart in control of this fight, Mr. Perfect grabbing a chair and throwing it into Bret Hart's face there, allowing him to hit the Perfect Plex and win the title. And here we go, Blues. The Intercontinental Championship match is about to begin. And that right there is the entrance music of our challenger, Bret the Hitman Hart. This guy is a WCC legend. He's a former internet, television, intercontinental, and even a former world heavyweight champion. He's done it all in the World Championship Claymations. Absolutely, this guy means business, and after that fluky win Mr. Perfect had, I'd be nervous if I was facing some guy like the Hitman. He's fired up. Speaking of Mr. Perfect, here is the champion, the Intercontinental Champion, Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect as well is a former world champion. He lost out to Big Van Vader a few months ago, but nonetheless he is a former world champion. This is his 2nd reign with the Intercontinental Championship, and it's just a shame he had to stoop to such lows to win that belt. But it stands in the record books, and I think that's all that really matters to Mr. Perfect. Oh, absolutely. He doesn't care what lengths he did to get that belt. It just matters that he has it. And it's all going to be about that belt, the Intercontinental Championship, as Mr. Perfect is going to do battle for the 3rd time against Bret Hart. The Intercontinental Championship is going to be on the line in this championship encounter. So here we go. The IC title match is underway, and the Hitman coming right after Mr. Perfect with the left hand. And now Bret Hart to the far side. There's a reversal by Perfect. Perfect with him up. No, Hitman away. And a double clothesline. Nicely done. And now choking the life out of Mr. Perfect. The Hitman starting off very quickly here in the early going to this fight. Shoulder tackle finds the mark. And now the Hitman over the top. Mr. Perfect tries to find Sunset Flip though. Down. 1. We get 2 and 3. No. Perfect gets away. The Hitman starting off very quickly in this IC title match. Mr. Perfect has got to be bewildered here. And now a clothesline over the top rope, and there he goes. And the Hitman starting off very, very quickly in this fight. Barrage, just overwhelming Mr. Perfect here. And now the Hitman strapping on a headlock to the Perfect one, Curt Hennig. And I think this is a good move for them to do. Mr. Perfect was overwhelmed in the early goings, and now he's getting worn down even more with the headlock. This is very low stress on the Hitman, but it's still very high stress on Mr. Perfect. This allows the Hitman to gain some wind back. And now Perfect trying to suplex. No, what a move. 1, 2, and no. Perfect gets the right shoulder up. That was a great move by the Hitman. Perfect going for a suplex. The Hitman managing to headlock him over. A fantastic maneuver, and the headlock is still applied to Mr. Perfect. And that was a good thing that you said there, Blues. The Hitman, this is very low stress load move, but it's very high stress on Mr. Perfect, allowing the Hitman to get a breather. And now Perfect, got to find a way out. He picks him up, and a suplex. And now look at this, though. The Hitman holds on. The Hitman holds on with the headlock. What a move by the Hitman. Able to absorb the suplex and able to continue holding on. Great work there by Bret Hart, as Mr. Perfect has got to find a way out of this headlock. He's been in this headlock for about a minute now, and he's got to feel worn out by it. Trying to get his wind, trying to get submission. Oh no, and a low blow by Perfect, and throws the Hitman over the top rope. A low blow by Mr. Perfect, and that's one way to get out of a hold, Blues. Absolutely, a low blow will get you out of any predicament, and it seemed to get him out of that endless headlock. And now Mr. Perfect has control. Mr. Perfect now has the Hitman to the ramp here. He's on the ramp now with a huge knife edge chop. And look at the resiliency of the Hitman. The Hitman fighting back. He's got heart. We all know that as he's fighting back. Mr. Perfect, a few punches to the thigh there. Perfect pushes away. The Hitman charges and a big back body drop. Oh my! And the Hitman landed very hard back inside the ring. A back body drop back inside the ring. And that was a phenomenal move by Mr. Perfect, maintaining control of this IC title match. And now Perfect takes him to the ropes, to the far side, off the rope. Beautiful drop kick there by Perfect. And now the cover. 1, we get 2, and no. The Hitman powers out. And that was a phenomenal drop kick there by Mr. Perfect. And Curt Hennig is doing a great job dominating this match. It was after the low blow. After that low blow that got him out of that headlock, this fight has been all Mr. Perfect. And I gotta say, Mr. Perfect doing a very good job of maintaining control of this matchup. And oh, look at this. Right on the neck there of Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect putting all of his weight down on the throat, the carotid artery of the Hitman. After a body slam, the wind is already knocked out of you, trying to take more wind out by putting his foot on the throat. I think that's a very good combo move there by Mr. Perfect. The slam followed by the foot on the throat. And Mr. Perfect seems to be in control of this matchup now. Mr. Perfect now. Mr. Perfect going to pick him up. He's going to pick him up and now going to try and maintain control again. Mr. Perfect with a front face lock. It looks like he's going to try and end things here. Looks like he's going to try and end things here with the Perfect Plex. He's going for the Perfect Plex. Mr. Perfect trying to end it right here. The Hitman's got to fight it. The Hitman's got to fight it, and he does. The Hitman fights it, and he does. And the Hitman with a suplex. Beautiful vertical suplex there by the Hitman to get out of that Perfect Plex. And now the Hitman rolls in for the cover. 1, we get 2. And Perfect gets the right shoulder up. And that was a great move by Bret Hart. And Perfect in trouble now. Bret Hart with a burst of adrenaline, trying to get a second win here. Following the atomic drop, there's a backbreaker. And now for the cover. 1, we get 2. And Perfect able to kick out again. And Mr. Perfect has got to be bewildered here. Bret Hart with a second win, and look at this. Look at this, Mr. Perfect backing off. He wants a timeout. The only problem is this is wrestling. You don't get a timeout in World Championship Climations. And the Hitman's going to make him pay. To the far side, there's a reversal. And now the Hitman with an inside cradle. Inside cradle. Inside cradle. And Perfect gets the left shoulder up just barely. And the Hitman, though, turning it into the sharpshooter. The Hitman turning it into the sharpshooter. And now look at this. The sharpshooter's on. The sharpshooter's on. And Perfect in the middle of the ring. He's got nowhere to go. Perfect in the middle of the ring. He's got nowhere to go. Perfect maybe moments away from losing his Intercontinental Championship. Bret Hart has it cinched in perfectly. The sharpshooter locked in. And the Hitman has victory in sight. Oh my God! Someone just threw a chair in the Hitman's face. Who the hell did that? And it's Ravishing Rick Rude. Ravishing Rick Rude threw a chair in the Hitman's face. Why the hell would he do that? He's cheering on Mr. Perfect. He's telling him to make the cover. He's telling him to make the cover. The cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I don't believe it. Mr. Perfect has retained the Intercontinental Championship. But why, Rude? Why? Why did you help Mr. Perfect? And this is unbelievable. I never thought I'd see the day where Rick Rude would be helping Mr. Perfect. And right now, these two men, I don't know the motivation, but the Hitman has lost. And after an amazing match, Mr. Perfect retains the Intercontinental Championship with a little help from his friend Rick Rude. I still can't believe this kind of stuff is being allowed, but as long as the commissioner has turned his back on WCC, I guess anything is possible now. Well, now it is time for our main event, Ric Flair versus Randy Savage. And you saw it all at the beginning of the show, folks. The Four Horsemen and the Commissioner turned their backs on Randy Savage and WCC and beat the living hell out of Randy Savage, leaving him in the middle of the ring in pieces, with Ric Flair on the horizon for a World Championship match. The main question on everybody's mind is, will Randy Savage be ready for this match? Let's find out in our main event. And this is it, Blues, the main event, Ric Flair versus Randy Savage. And there is the challenger, the Nature Boy, former two-time WCC World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair. And I gotta say, Ric Flair, we haven't seen him in WCC for the longest time, and I gotta wonder if there's gonna be some ring rust in this fight against Randy Savage. Ric Flair, always a profound wrestler. We're gonna wait and see how he does here, though. Well, he's styling and profiling. Looks like he's got a new robe on, and he's looking pretty snazzy right now. But it's all gonna be backed up in the ring when he faces Randy Savage. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, is about to do battle for the World Heavyweight Championship. And there, right there, is his opponent, the Macho Man, Randy Savage, the winner of the 2016 Royal Rumble and the current WCC World Heavyweight Champion. In a TLC ladder match, he defeated Big Van Vader in one of WCC's most physical matches of all time. He comes in here, the champion, looking to defend against Ric Flair. Randy Savage is a legend in WCC. He's a former world champion, former Intercontinental champion, former two-time in both regards. So we're going to see how they do in our main event. And now, Ric Flair. A bit of styling and profiling there by the Nature Boy. He's not taking this match lightly, though. There's the tie-up. Flair getting Savage in the corner. And now Flair, we get a clean break out of the Nature Boy. And now, both men tying up again. Some quick action here in Ric Flair. Nice go behind there by the Nature Boy. And Savage needs to find a way out of this hammerlock, and he reverses it. Nicely done by Macho Man. And now Ric Flair's got to find a way out of the hammerlock. And now Ric Flair, dropped hold, nicely done. A float over. Great move by Ric Flair, and now a nice float over by Randy Savage. Some amateur wrestling to kick things off here in the early goings of this match. Ric Flair backing Randy Savage in the corner, and a big knife-edge chop. Oh man, by Flair, and now to the far side. He misses with a chop. Oh, and a big elbow by Savage, and Savage over the top, and a double clothesline, and a quick cover. 1, we get 2, and Flair kicks out. And Savage right back up. A quick start here by Randy Savage, scooping him up. Big body slam. Oh, and a knee drop to the throat. And now another cover. 1, we get 2, and Flair kicks out once more. And Flair now backing off. I don't think he expected such an onslaught by Randy Savage. And there's a nice kick to the midsection of Randy Savage to the far side. Reversal by Savage. And a big back body drop there by Randy Savage. Nicely done by the Macho Man. And this is some quick work here by Randy Savage. He has been dominating in the early goings of this match. Oh no! And Ric Flair with a low blow. Ric Flair with a low blow, and that is enough to slow down the Macho Man. A chop knocked him off his feet following the low blow, and Ric Flair now has control of the Macho Man. A quick flurry by Randy Savage stopped by a low blow. And oh no, what's Arn Anderson doing here? Arn Anderson at ringside. And now Randy Savage goes over the top rope, And I gotta watch out for Arn Anderson here if I'm Randy Savage. Arn Anderson came to the ring for a reason, to interfere in this match. And Randy Savage with a left hand to the Macho Man, to Arn Anderson, excuse me. And there's a big knife edge chop by Ric Flair. And Flair with the front face lock. He's got him up. And Ric Flair standing vertical suplex coming up. And now drops him down to the canvas with authority. And now with another cover by Ric Flair. 1, 2. And Savage manages to power his way out. And this match is already getting some momentum here in the corner of Ric Flair after that low blow. And now Ric Flair's got Randy Savage. He sends him to the far side. He misses with a chop, but not with that elbow though. And now Flair with another cover. 1, we get 2, and Savage powers out at 2. Randy Savage wants to keep his title, and those little moves there are not going to slow him down. But Ric Flair is doing a very good job staying in control. And Randy Savage now, still in trouble with Ric Flair dominating the action in this world title contest. It is our main event at Summer Superstars. And Ric Flair now, gonna scoop him up here. No, Savage, inside cradle! Inside cradle! Savage, oh no! Ric Flair kicked out, and Ric Flair barely kicked out. There's an elbow by Savage, and now Savage with a burst of adrenaline. Double elbows, and now Savage going to the outside, and now Savage going to the top rope. Savage on the top rope. Savage is going for broke here. Double axe handle. Double axe handle by the Macho Man, and now with the cover. The cover, 1, 2, and 3, no! Flair kicks out, and Savage with a burst of adrenaline. He's trying to finish it right here. Flair is perched down there. And now Arn Anderson. Anderson, though, picks up Randy Savage. What's he gonna do? Oh, my God. A huge spine buster by Arn Anderson. And Randy Savage gets pushed back into the ring. We knew it was gonna happen with Blue, our commissioner, siding with the Four Horsemen. Nothing can be done about this. And now figure 4 leg lock has been applied by Ric Flair. And it may just be a matter of time before Randy Savage has to submit. It is a miscarriage of justice here, folks. Randy Savage getting screwed by the Four Horsemen. Arn Anderson able to go to the outside with that phenomenal spine buster. And look at this, Randy Savage reaching for the ropes. But he is a long ways away from those ropes. I don't think it'd be doing any good anyway. I mean, the commissioner has gone evil here, basically. And, oh man, look at this. The rest of the four Horsemen. Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I don't think a rope break would do anything. I think the refs are crooked here, too. I think Randy Savage wouldn't be granted a pin, a break. And now, oh no. I think Randy Savage is passed out from the pain. Randy Savage is passed out. And oh my God. Oh my God. And Ric Flair just won the WCC World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Savage passing out from the pain of the figure 4. And Ric Flair is our new WCC World Heavyweight Champion. Unbelievable. And there you see it. Barry Windham giving Ric Flair his world title. And I'm not going to say he earned it. With a little help from Arn Anderson, Ric Flair is our world champion. And look at the Horsemen. Look at the gold that they have. We're out of time, folks. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a good night.